Thanks very much for staying with us on Headlines Now. Time now to take a quick scan of the nation in 60 seconds.
India's richest sports authority, the BCCI, says it has turned down a request for 100 crore rupees from the organisers of the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. The move comes as India's top anti-corruption agency, the Central Vigilance Commission, charged Games organisers with widespread corruption. But Delhi's Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit has expressed confidence that the Games were on track and there is no reason to panic. She said preparations are on schedule and she will take care of it. Gujarat's Chief Minister Narendra Modi has again criticised the CBI. He said plans to move the Sharabuddin fake encounter case out of the state is an insult to the courts, judges and the people of Gujarat. He said the central government was treating Gujarat like an enemy state. British national Fiona has told a court in Goa that investigation by local police into the death of her daughter Scarlett Keating on a beach in Goa was biased and unprofessional. She said Goan police were involved in a cover-up. 2 local men were freed on bail in the case.
And there has been development in that top story. The chairman of the Commonwealth Games Organising Committee, Suresh Kalmadi, has categorically rejected reports that money meant for the Games had been systematically channeled to a front company in the United Kingdom. Reporting and responding to corruption charges, Suresh Kalmadi said that he was pained by the baseless charges of corruption and that every paisa spent on the Commonwealth Games was accounted for. He added that no payment was made after the 30th of October and that the UK firm was hired on the High Commission's advice.
Now in a time when we have to take over the venues. So before we take over this, we'll be asking for all the approvals, etc. We'll be seeing all the approvals, etc. And all the clearances. So we'll be seeing all that. And if these are questions which you should ask the people concerned, the venue owners. You should ask them whether it's right or wrong. They have to give a reply. But as far as I am concerned, the field of play, which we have seen already, we have had so many test events. The field of play is something excellent. All the athletes have loved it. So about other allegations, we must talk to those people. I told you I'm not party to that.
But NDTV has learnt that Union Cabinet Secretary K.S. Chandrasekhar has cancelled a pre-scheduled visit to the Commonwealth Games Organising Committee, allegedly because of Central Vigilance Commission findings on corruption related to the Games and its organisers. The Cabinet Secretary was supposed to review the Games preparations and the deadlines, but sources have also told NDTV that he has written to the CWG Federation. So let's just give you an idea of what really transpired for this much to come out in the open. It's indeed the biggest scandal to hit the Commonwealth Games yet. The UK government had initially launched an investigation into some alleged suspect money transfers to a UK company from the Commonwealth Games accounts. On the 18th of June, India's Deputy High Commissioner in the United Kingdom wrote to the Sports Ministry. It was then that the corruption scandal was traced to London after the UK government raised a red flag about money being transferred from the CWG accounts in India to the AM Films based in London. The UK government then found out that £25,000 were unaccounted for, following which the UK Tax Office then wrote to the Indian High Commission on the 7th of June. Meanwhile, in an exclusive interview to NDTV, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Games Organising Committee, Lalit Bhanoth, says that there has been no corruption in the run-up to the Games.
The entire procedure has been followed. It's a transparent procedure. The approval of the board was taken. The RBI permission for transferring the money, incurring the expenditure was obtained. Only then they found something about the company in London. We are not responsible, but as far as what my record says, and this company was recommended by Indian High Commission in London, and accordingly, because this was on their approved list, we engaged them and we used some services like van, cars, mobile video, because it was made mandatory by the police there, that if we want to conduct a show, a lot of people were expected, so people were outside. So video services were obtained from this company and accordingly the payment was made.
Well, claiming that they are clean from any kind of corruption there. Now, in the latest from the controversy in Gujarat, the CID in the state has handed over the Tulsi Ram Prajapati case papers to the CBI. Prajapati was a key witness in the Sohrabuddin encounter case and was killed after his encounter. The CBI has requested the Supreme Court to allow them to investigate the kidnapping and murder of Prajapati, as the two cases are related. Meanwhile, the Gujarat CID has filed a charge sheet against IPS officer M.N. Dinesh and DJ Vanzara in the Prajapati case of 2006. In more national news, there are fresh protests in Kashmir after yesterday's violence. One person was killed in firing during clashes at Bandipur. The superintendent of police of this area was also injured in the stone pelting. Meanwhile, in North Kashmir, 3 people, including 2 women, were critically injured in firing this morning. Police sources say security forces opened fire after protesters tried to snatch the rifle of a CRPF Jawan. Protesters also burnt down a railway station in the area of Sopore. In a move that will possibly increase the burden on Indian carriers, state-owned oil firms have raised jet fuel or the ATF prices today by 2.7% after lowering the rates at the last fortnightly revision on the 16th of July. The ATF rates in Delhi are expected to go up by 2.7% and by 1,123 rupees in Mumbai from midnight, that's tonight. The increase follows a 3.3% hike in prices that oil firms had announced in July. Including today's hike, ATF rates, which makes up for roughly 40% of the operating cost of an airline, have been cranked up on 9 occasions since March. But we'll still need to wait and see how much of that really impacts and translates to the passenger fares as well. In news from the world of cricket, it's going to be a quite long stay for our men in blue in the island nation. The tri-series between India, Sri Lanka and New Zealand in Dambulla, Sri Lanka will commence on the 10th of August and will go on till the 30th of the month. But we will miss the services of the biggies in the current test. The BCCI's 5-member selection committee has decided to rest Sachin Tendulkar, Harbhajan Singh and Gautam Gambhir. Tendulkar, in fact, hasn't played a one-day international for India since scoring his 200. That was versus South Africa in Gwalior in February. He missed the ODI series in Zimbabwe and the Asia Cup in Sri Lanka as well. Gautam Gambhir and Harbhajan Singh have also been rested as the BCCI looks to keep players fresh for the season ahead, culminating in the World Cup next year. Now, in our search for the winning efforts for today, we have zeroed in today's heroes, who are the staff and the volunteers at Chennai's Income Tax Office, who've helped thousands of people who've been thronging the tax office as the deadline to file tax returns ran out this evening.
It is 11 a.m. at the Ayakar Bhavan, the last day to file income tax returns. Nearly 300 personnel manning 40 special counters raced against time to make sure an expected 60,000 people beat the deadline.
It just took me 3 seconds to check my counter and 1 second to file my IT return. It's an excellent job that Income Tax Department are doing for the salaried employees.
The tax returns were expected to touch nearly 50 lakh rupees by evening. Officials say it is the highest figure so far. It is now time to toast those dedicated government personnel and volunteers who work nearly 12 hours a day. Student volunteers were drafted from Stella Maris College and retired government workers also volunteered to help the staff. And this was the Income Tax Department's core team behind the vast operation.
I could say the services provided by Stella Maris College students, which is very helpful for us for PAN verification.
Compared to last year, we have spent very much this year for the public. But whatever we spend, it is compared to their tax paying, it is very much less.
Well, now it is time for the Income Tax Department to hold their heads high, keeping in mind these officials who have been working literally overtime to help people pay their taxes. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, Songs of Ndtv-Hindu, Rajinikanth's latest film, hit stores in Chennai today. The film is said to be India's costliest production ever. And the official launch of the music took place today in a star-packed show in Kuala Lumpur. Here's how Chennaiites have been receiving these tunes.
Boom, boom, robo-da, robo-da, robo-da. Zoom, zoom, robo-da, robo-da, robo-da. Boom, boom, robo-da, robo-da, robo-da.
Media attention ever since filming started 2 years ago. Fans rushed to stores to be among the first to pick up what they've been eagerly waiting to hear. Ndtv-Hindu's music has 7 tracks by Oscar winner A.R. Rahman. The film is expected to open in theatres around the world in November.
Basically, I'm a Rajini fan. I was very eager to get this music, so I've just got it.
Rajini is the only superstar. I eagerly waiting for Ndtv-Hindu.
Rajini is the best man in this universe. No one can beat Rajini. Rajini is the superstar.
The film has drawn a lot of media glare and expectations are surging among the superstar's fans, both young and old, who are excited about the film.
This is going to be a super hit because it's Rajini is there, A.R. Rahman, Shankar. It's definitely going to be a super hit. We are just waiting to see Rajini.
We love Rajini!
Rajini na romba pidikkum.
Ndtv-Hindu is directed by Shankar. The film is being made at a cost of 200 crore rupees, the highest ever budget for a film produced by the Indian film industry. In Chennai with Lalit Jude, J. Santosh for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, that's all from me for the moment. Tamil News with Moses is up next.